गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् अहं रुद्रेभिरित्यष्टस्य सूक्तस्य अम्भृणीवागृषिः त्रिष्टुप् द्वितीयाया रुचो जगति ब्रह्मरूपा महालक्ष्म्यभिन्ना सैव देवता श्रीजगदम्बा प्रीत्यर्थे सप्तशती पाठाङ्गत्वेन जपे विनियोगः ॐ अहं रुद्रेभिर्वसुभिश्चरां यहमा आदित्यै ऋतविश्वदेवै अहं मित्रावरुणो भावीभर्म्यहमिन्द्राग्नि अहमश्विनो भा अहं सोमामाहनसं बिभर्म्यहं त्वष्टाकारमुतपूषणं भगम् अहं दाधामिद्रवीणं हविष्माते सुप्राव्ये यजामानाय सुन्वते अहं राष्ट्री संगमानि वसूनां चिकितुषी प्रथमा यज्ञियानां ताम आदेवा व्यादधुः पुरुत्रा भूरिस्थात्रां भूर्या वेशयन्तीं मयासो अन्नामत्तियो विपश्चाति यः प्राणीति ययीं शृणोत्युक्तम् अमन्तवो मान्तवुपक्षयन्ति सृधिः सृतस्रधिवन्ते वदामि अहमेव स्वयमिदं वादामि जुष्टं देवेभिरुतमानुषेभिः यं कामयेतन्तामुग्रं क्रूणोमि तं ब्रह्माणं तन् ऋषिं तन् सुमेधाम् अहं रुद्राय धनुरातानोमि ब्रह्मद्विषेसरावेहन्तवा अहञ्जनागाय समदं कृणोम्यहन्द्यावा पृथिवी आविवेश अहं सुवे पितरामस्य मूर्धन्मम योनिरप्स्वान्तः समुद्रे ततो वितिष्ठे भुवनानुविश्वो तामून्द्यां वर्ष्मणोपस्पृशामि अहमेव वाता इव प्रभागाम्या रभामाणा भुवनानि विश्वा परो दिवा परयेना पृथिव्यै महिना सम्बाभूव ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Sairama, can you please unshare? I will ask you to share when I start the parayana. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavidyam Karavavahai Tejashvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Hari Om, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are during this very auspicious times of Sharan Navaratri, and in 2020, the Divine Mother's Sharan Navaratri are celebrated 2 times because it is 2020. This is the Nija Ashvaja Masam, and this year there was Adhika Ashvaja Masam, and There are two times in the year Navaratris are celebrated. One is Vasanta Navaratri and the second is Sharan Navaratri. Sharan Navaratri is the one that comes during the Sharat Kala, the Sharad Ritu, very auspicious for the Divine Mother Shiva, followed by Kartika Masam, very auspicious for Shiva. During this time, it's customary to perform or to study Devi Mahatmya, which is also known as Chandi Pat in North India or Devi Sapta Shati. This is in Markandeya Purana, one of the 18 Puranas expounded on the divinity by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. And unlike many Puranas, this particular Markandeya Purana contains actually 578 shlokas, which are divided into 700 ahutis or stanzas for worshipping the mother in Homa, or also for studying her story and her glory on how she has expanded in order to annihilate the vices and to illumine the intellects and to take away the tamas as Mahakali, and in order to rejuvenate the rajas with her passion, the Chaitanya, which is Mahalakshmi, and then illumine the intellects, which is Mahasaraswati. These three aspects that we are studying, the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, are the Adi Para Shakti, the divine mother, the Shakti, should not be confused about the consorts of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. This Mahalakshmi, Mahakali, and Mahasaraswati. Maha means the ultimate, above and beyond the comprehension of the mind and the intellect, where the words fail to describe and the mind ends and cannot comprehend. Achintya. And studying this Devi part or Devi Saptashati, unlike many other Puranas, this particular, the 700 stanzas are infused with incredible rahasyas, the secrets about the divine consciousness, the supreme love, and the mother. So much so that simply chanting these shlokas, we will be invoking many subtle energies that are present in the seed form within our conscience, and such seeds will sprout into Maha Vriksha, and the illumination and the enlightenment and the enchanting of the mind because of the glory of this divine mother. Tava kadhamrutam tapta jivanam कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाधतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. The time is very short, and hence doing the Charitra Parayana, if it is 5-10 minutes above the limited allotted time of 7:30 of 8 of 8:30, please forgive me. There are some patha that we have to complete every night. And today we will start with the Prathamodhyaya. Sai Rama, now you can share the screen of the Devi Saptashati. And as I am chanting these shlokas, you can also follow this on the screen. And we start with the Prathama Charita today. And this Prathama Charita is about Mahakali. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanan Jayet Sarva Vignopachantaye Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwarah, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Harihi Om. Asya Sri Pradhama Charitasya Brahma Rishihi Mahakali Devata Gayatri Chandaha Nanda Shaktihi Raktadantika Bijam Agnistatvam ऋग्वेदस्वरूपं श्रीमहाकाली प्रीत्यर्थे प्रथमचरित्रजपे विनियोगः ॐ खड्गं चक्रगदेषु चापपरिघान् शूलं भुशुण्डीं शिरः शङ्खं सन्ददतीं करैस्त्रिनयनां सर्वाङ्गभूषावृतां नीलाश्मद्युतिमास्य पाददशकां सेवे महाकालिकां यामस्तात् स्वपिते हरौ कमलजो हन्तुं मधुं कौटभम्. We are meditating on Sri Mahakali, and this Mahakali has in her hands the sword, the disc, the mace, arrows, bow, club, spear, missile, human head, and conch, and who is three-eyed, adorned with ornaments on all her limbs, and luminous like a blue jewel, and whom Brahma extolled in order to destroy Madhu and Kaitabha when Mahavishnu was in this Yoga Nidra, the mystic sleep. Then Markandeya, who is the Rishi who has expounded this Devi Bhagavatam, is saying to his disciple Krasushtuki Bhaguri. Krasushtuki Bhaguri. And here starts the story of how this Devi Mahatmya has come into existence. And it is about the story of a Manu. And this Manus, we will come to that in a second. Om Namaschandikayai. Om Aim Markandeya Uvacha. सौवर्णिस्तव सौवर्णिस्तन सूर्यतनयो यो मनुः कथ्यतेष्टमखा निशामयतदुत्पत्तिं विस्तराद्गदतो मम महामायानुभावेन यथा मन्वन्तराधिपः स बभूव महाभागः सावर्णिस्तनयो रवेः. Now starts the story of Devi Mahatmya. And Savarni, who is also called because he's the son of Savarna, she is the wife of Bhagavan Surya. And this Savarni, the son of Surya, is the eighth Manu. And these Manus are eight in number, and that's why it's called Manvantara. Now, I won't want to get into too much of what the description of all these things basically said. A Manvantara is one cycle of the Manvantaras are 14 in nature, and we are currently in Vaivasvata Manvantara. And this Manvantaras are the ones that are ruled by a Manu, and each cycle of Manvantara is ruled by a Manu. This particular Devi Mahatmya is about one of the Manu, Savarni. And this Savarni is how he has become the Manu because of the grace of Mahamaya. That is the story of Devi Mahatmya. Mahamaya is the name of the divine mother. स्वारोचिषेऽन्तरे पूर्वं चैत्रवंशसमुद्भवः सुरधो नाम राजाभूत् समस्ते क्षितिमण्डले तस्य पालतयः सम्यक् प्रजाः पुत्रा निवौरसान् बभूवुश्शत्रवो भूपाः कोला विध्वंसिनस्तथा. Now, in this story of the Manu, there was a king by name Suradha who was born in Chitra dynasty, ruling over the whole world in the period of Swarochisha. Swarochisha is another Manvantara. He protected his subjects, meaning the people, like his own children. And at the time, the kings who were destroyers of a particular tribal group called Kolas, they have defeated this Savarni, and they have taken over his kingdom and became and then basically made him a pawn without any power and without any access to the treasury, nothing like that. He was basically put in there in the context of a king for name's sake. तस्य पालतयः सम्यक् प्रजा पुत्रनिवौरसान् बभूवुश्शत्रवो भूपा कोला विध्वंसिनस्तदा तस्य भैरव तस्य भै तस्य तैरभवद्युद्धमतिप्रबलदण्डिनः न्यूनैरपि सतैर्युद्धे कोला विध्वंसि भज्जितः ततः स्वपुरमायातो निज देशाधिपोऽभवत् आक्रान्तः स महाभागस्तैस्तदा प्रबलारिभिः अमत्यैर्बलिभिर्दुष्टैर्दुर्बलस्य दुरात्मभिः कोशो बलं चापहृतं तत्रापि स्वपुरे ततः ततो मृगया व्याजेन हृतस्वाम्यः स भूपतिः एकाकी हयमारुह्य जगाम गहनं वनम्. So bewildered because of loss of his power and because of all the access to the Koshadikara, the king, in the name of taking a forest hunting, leaves the kingdom because he is deprived of his sovereignty, and he left alone on his horseback to a dense forest under the pretext of hunting. There he saw the hermitage of Sumedha, a supreme Dvija or a Muni, where there are a lot of wild animals, and it was a very peaceful hermitage. And the king enters this hermitage. ततो मृगया व्याजेन हृतस्वाम्य स्वभूपतिः एकाकी हयमारुह्य जगाम गहनं महं वनम् तत्सतत्राश्रममद्राक्षे द्विजवर्यस्य मेधसः प्रशान्तश्वापदाकीर्णं मुनिसुष्योपशोभितं तस्थौ कञ्चित् सकालं च मुनिना तेन सत्कृतः इतश्चेतश्च विचरंस्तस्मिन् मुनिवराश्रमे सोचिन्तयत्तदा तत्र ममत्वा कृष्टमानसः मत्पूर्वैः पालितं पूर्वं मया हीनं पुरं हि तत् मद्भृत्यैस्तैरसद्भृत्यैर्धर्मतः पाल्यते न वा न जाने सप्रधानो मे से शूरो हस्ति सदा मदः मम वैरिवशं जातः कान् भोगानुपलप्स्यते ये ममानुगता नित्यं प्रसाद धनभोजनैः अनुवृत्तिं ध्रुवन्तेज्य कुर्वन्त्यन्यमहीभृताम् असमृग्य यशीलैस्तैः कुर्वद्भिः सततं व्ययम् सञ्चितः सोऽति दुःखेन क्षयं कोशो गमिष्यति एतच्चान्यच्च सततं चिन्तयामास पार्थिवः. Now, even though he is in this supreme hermitage of Sumedha, surrounded by this very peaceful environment and such a serene atmosphere, the king started thinking about what all his past glory. He could not, he was overwhelmed with attachment, and then he fell into this thought: what is happening in my capital? Are they are they well guarded by all these people? Now, by the way, there is this beautiful elephant that I used to take care. I don't know whether they are feeding that elephant properly. Are they taking care of my followers? Are they taking care of my riches? And how are they taking care of my kingdom? So the body is in the forest, the mind is in the kingdom, and even though he left that kingdom because he was defeated by this Kolas, he still comes to the forest and he's indulged in this thought process about his own kingdom. Then what happens is the king, as he was continuously thinking about other things, near the hermitage of this Sumedha, he saw another person and he was asking him about this. तत्र विप्राश्रमाभ्यासे वैश्यमेकं ददर्श सः सपृष्टस्तेन कस्त्वम्भो हेतुश्चागमनेऽत्र कः सशोक इव कस्मात् त्वं दुर्मना इव लक्ष्यसे इत्याकर्ण्यवचस्तस्य भूपतेः प्रणयोदितं प्रत्युवाच सतं वैश्यः प्रस्रयावनतो नृपम् वैश्यवुवाच. Now the king, when he saw this another person who also seemed to be lost in himself, and so he went to him. Hello, sir, who are you? What is the reason why you have come here? And wherefore do you appear? You also look like you are struck by grief with a depressed mind, just like me. Now, hearing the king talk to him, this merchant who is Vaishya, he is also now responding to the king's question. Vaishyavuvacha samadhirnama vaishyo ahamutpanno dhaninanкуле putradairairnirastascha dhanalobha दसाधुभिः विहीनश्च धनैर्दारैः पुत्रैरादाय मे धनम् वनमभ्यागतो दुःखी निरस्तश्चाप्तबन्धुभिः सोऽहं न वेद्मि पुत्राणां कुशलाकुशलात्मिकां प्रवृत्तिं स्वजनानां च दाराणां चात्र संस्थितः किं नु तेषां गृहे क्षेममक्षेमं किं नु साम्प्रतं कथन्ते किं नु सद्वृत्ता दुर्वृत्ता किं नु मे सुताः. Now this merchant is saying, replying to the king, I am a merchant named Samadhi, born in a very wealthy family. Now I have been cast out by my sons and my wife, who actually through greed, because of my old age, they have grabbed all my wealth. And now my wife and sons have misappropriated all my riches and made me devoid of all the wealth. Now cast out by my own trusted kinsmen and the people, I became grief stricken and I came to this forest. And dwelling here, even though I am in this forest, I do not know anything as regards to good or bad of my sons and my wife. Now, are they taking care of my wife or not? Are they using her like a servant in the home? And how are they taking care of my home? How are they doing? Are they living good lives or not? And similar to this king, Savarni, this Vaishya named Samadhi, in sitting in the ashramam of Sumedha, are both wondering about what they have given up and come to the forest. Then the king is asking, Raja Uvacha, Airnirasto bhavan lubdhai putradharadivirdhanaihe teshu kim bhavata sneham anubadhnati manasam. Then this king is asking him the question, why is your mind affectionately attached to these covetous people like your son's wife and others who deprived you of all your wealth? Why are you still worrying about them? And then the merchant says, the Vaishya says, Vaishya Vuvacha, sir, this is the very thought that occurred to me. Just you have uttered it. I am also wondering, why am I attached to all these people who have confiscated all my wealth and they have isolated me from the family? What can I do? My mind is not able to become hard against them. It's deeply affectionate to those people, to the very people who have driven me out of my own home because of greed of wealth and abandoning even love for a father. I cannot comprehend this. I know it. I actually know it, King. How is it that my mind is still prone to this love to these people that abandoned me? Because of them, I felt dejected. What can I do? I can't give up my love towards these unloving ones. Vaishyavuvacha एवमेतत्यद्धधा एवमेतत्यधा प्राह भवानस्मद्गतं वचः किं करोमि न बध्नाति मम निष्ठुरतां मनः यैः सन्त्यज्य पितृस्नेहं धनलुब्धैर्निराकृतः पतिस्वजनाहार्धं च हार्दितेष्वेव मे मनः किमेतन्नाभिजानामि जानन्नपि महामते यत्प्रेम प्रवणं चित्तं विगुणेष्वपि बन्धुषु तेषां कृते मे निःश्वासो दौर्मनस्यन्न जायते करोमि किं न यन्मनस्ते श्वेषप्रीतिषु निष्ठुरम् मार्कण्डेय उवाच ततस्तौ सहितौ विप्रतं मुनिं समुपस्थितौ समाधिर्नाम वैश्यौसौ स च पार्थिव सत्तमः कृत्वा तु तौ यथा न्यायं यथार्घन्तेन संविदम् उपविष्टौ कथा काश्चिच्चकृतैर्वश्य पार्थिवौ. Now this the merchant Samadhi and the noble king then approached this sage Sumedha, and then after offering their respects, they sat down and started conversing with this Sumedha. And now this king is asking Sumedha, Sir, I want to ask you one thing. Please be kind and give me an answer. Without the control of my intellect, my mind is afflicted with sorrow. Though I have lost the kingdom like an ignorant man, I know it. I have attachment to all the paraphernalia of that kingdom. How is this, Mahamuni? How is this that I am having this attachment? And you know, this merchant, he has been disowned by his own children, wife, and servants, and has been forsaken by his own people. Still, he is inordinately affectionate towards them. Thus, both he and I, drawn by this attachment towards the objects whose defects we do know, we know that we are unduly attached to these objects and these people and exceedingly unhappy. Sir, please tell us, how does this happen that even though we are aware of it, this delusion comes? This delusion besets me as well as this merchant, because we are blinded with respect to discrimination. So the king is saying, Raja uvacha, Rajovacha, Bhagavam stvamaham prashtumicha, myekam vadasvatat, dukkhaya janme manasa svachitta yattatam vina, mamatvam gata rajasya, rajyangeshvakhileshvapi, janatopi yadhagnyasya, kime tanmuni sattama, ayancha nikritah putrair darair, भृच्चैस्तदोङ्गितः स्वजनेन च सन्त्यक्तस्तेषु हार्दि तथाप्यति एवमेष तथाहञ्च द्वावपत्यन्तदुःखितौ दृष्टदोषेऽपि विषये मम त्वाकृष्टमानसौ तत्किमेतन्महाभागा यान्मोहो ज्ञानिनोरपि ममास्य च भवत्येषा विवेकान्धस्य मूढता. Then the Rishi started replying. He says, every being has the knowledge of the objects that are perceivable by the senses, not just human beings, because an object of sense reaches in various ways. For example, owls, some beings are nocturnal, they are blind by day, and there are others that are blind by night. And some beings have equal sight both day and night. You see, these human beings are endowed with knowledge, but they are not the only beings endowed with it. The knowledge of the senses, the cattle, the birds, the animals, and other creatures, they also have the ability to cognize objects. See, the knowledge that the men have, Even the birds and beasts have. What they have, we also have. We also eat, sleep, copulate, and do the same things that the animals also do. Like just like these birds and beasts, even though they possess the knowledge, they are themselves distressed by hunger. And because of delusion, you look at that bird, that mother bird, how it is picking the small grains and putting in the beak of that little bird that is its child. Without it even eating, it is feeding this little bird. Very similarly, human beings also do the same thing. They feed their own children, they take care of their own people. They are simply attached to the children because of their greed for return of help, attachment. Don't you see this? Even though the human being is hurled into this whirlpool of attachment, the pit of delusion, they all are engulfed by the power of Mahamaya, the great mother who makes the existence of the world possible. Now, this is very beautiful. You have to understand what the Sumedha is saying is very powerful here. Why is this delusion? What is the positive side of that illusion? Delusion. Because of the positive side is that if a mother doesn't have that attachment to the child, and the mother simply says, God will take care of this child, then what will happen to that progeny? Therefore, the Mahamaya's positive side is that the creation is taken care by all the mothers and the parents, etc. This is not, this is the reason why the world exists. And this is not the most marvelous thing. This Mahamaya also is in the Yoga Nidra of Sri Mahavishnu, the Lord of the world. It is by her the world is deluded, and it is by her the world is waken up. Verily, she is the Bhagavati, the Mahamaya, forcibly drawing the minds of even the wise, throws them into delusion. Nobody can escape this. She creates this entire universe, both the moving and the unmoving. It is she who, when propitious, she becomes a boon giver to the human being for their final liberation. You see, this is a very important point we have to connect. This is the Mahamaya that is creating this delusion. This is the Mahamaya that is also breaking the delusion and giving. What is she doing? She is creating moha. She is also giving moksha. Moha, the attachment, moksha, which is mohachaya, which is the decay of this attachment. She is the supreme knowledge, the causal of final liberation, the eternal. She is the cause of the bondage of transmigration, and she is the sovereign of all the worlds. She is the Mahamaya. Now let us listen to these beautiful words of the Rishi. ऋषिरुवाच ज्ञानमस्ति समस्तस्य जन्तोर्विषयगोचरे विषयाश्च महाभागा यान्ति चैवं पृथक् पृथक् दिवान्धाः प्राणिनः केचिद्रात्रा बन्धास्तथा परे केचिद्दिवा तथा रात्रौ प्राणिनस्तुल्यदृष्टयः ज्ञानिनो मनुजाः सत्यं किन्तु तेन न हि केवलम् यतो हि ज्ञानिनः सर्वे पशुपक्षिमृगादयः ज्ञानं च तन्मनुष्याणां यत्तेषां मृगपक्षिणां मनुष्याणां च यत्तेषां तुल्यमन्यत्तधोभयोः ज्ञानेऽपि सति पश्यैतान् पतङ्गाञ्छाव चञ्चुषु क्षण कणमोक्षादृतान् मोहात् पीड्यमानानपि क्षुधा मनुषा मनुजव्याघ्र साभिलाषा सुतान् प्रति लोभात् प्रत्युपकाराय नन्वेतान् किं न पश्यसि तथापि ममता वर्ते मोहगर्ते निपातिताः महामाया प्रभावेण संसारस्थितिकारिणा तन्नात्र विस्मयकार्यो योगनिद्रा जगत्पतेः महामाया हरैश्चेषा तया सम्मोह्यते जगत् ज्ञानिनामपि चेतांसि देवी भगवती हि सा बलादाकृष्य मोहाय महामाया प्रयच्छति. Very important slokam in this particular Pradhamodhyaya. All of you should chant this along with me. You are seeing it on the screen. Jnaninamapi chetamsi Devi Bhagavati Hisa Baladakrushya Mohaya Mahamaya Prayachati. Jnaninamapi chetamsi Devi Bhagavati Hisa Baladakrushya Mohaya Mahamaya Prayachati. Taya Visrujate Vishwam Jagadeta चराचरम सैषा प्रसन्ना वरदा नृणां भवति मुक्तये सा विद्या परमा मुक्तेर हेतुभूता सनातनी संसार बंध हेतुश्च सैव सर्वेश्वरेश्वरी. Then the king is asking, sir, who is that Devi who you are calling Mahamaya? How did she come into being? What is her sphere of action? O divine Maharishi, what is her nature? What is her form? Where did she originate from? All of that I would wish to hear from you, the supreme amongst all the Brahmanas. Now, राजोवाच भगवान् काहि सा देवी महामायेति यां भवान् ब्रवीति कथमुत्पन्ना सा कर्मास्याश्च किं द्विजा यत्प्रभाव च सा देवी यत्स्वरूपा यदुद्भवा तत्सर्वं श्रोतुमिच्छामि तत्त्वो ब्रह्मविदां वरा. Now the rishi started replying, O king, she is eternal. She has, you are asking what is her birth, where is she originate from, what is her sphere of action and all this stuff. She has no birth, no death. She is eternal. She is Nitya. She is Nitya. And she is the embodiment as the universe. The entire universe is her embodiment. All are pervaded by her. Now you are asking, nevertheless, this is very important, no? This is the time for Avatar declaration, October 20th. Even though she is eternal, Sada Satswarupam, Chidanandakandam, Jagat Sambhavasthana Samharagetum, Swabhakte Chayamanusham, Darshayantam, Namami Ishwaram Sadgurum Sainadham. She is the Satchidananda Swarupini. However, she incarnates in many-fold ways. And she comes from time to time, she manifests in order to accomplish the purposes of the gods and the goddesses, the sages, seers and rishis. Swabhakte chaya manusham darshayantam. She appears to be in the human, in that form. She appears to be in a form. She is said to be born in the world, but she is not born in the world. She is eternal. Now, at the end of a kalpa, now this kalpa is X number of million of years, like manvantaras. When the universe was once in all this deluge, the adorable Lord Vishnu stretched out on the Sesha and he went to Yoga Nidra. Now you have to be, there are very subtle things about God going into Yoga Nidra is not like the sleep that we sleep on. It is not a slumber. During the time of this Mahapralaya, Bhagavan exists alone, and in this deep contemplative state is as sthita, as sthanu, as sat. And at that time, when he was in this mystic, deep meditation, obviously, when somebody is in the deep state, they don't take care of the body, so-called body. And from this, from his mala, that means from his own, the impurity that has been created from that body of Mahavishnu, two asuras popped up. One is Madhu, other is Kaitava. And they came out of his ears, from the wax of his ears. And then there was this Brahma who was sitting in the lotus. And this Brahma, immediately they came out, they saw this Brahma who was sitting on this lotus. And they went to attack him. Now, seeing these two fierce asuras, and now this Janardana, this Mahavishnu, is in his mystic meditation. Brahma started waking him up, but the father won't listen. Then he perceived that he is in this Yoga Nidra, and that Yoga Nidra is created by this Mahamaya, who is dwelling in his eyes, he could see. Then this resplendent Lord Brahma, then he started extolling this incredible goddess of Vishnu, the Yoga Nidra, the queen of cosmos, the supporter of the worlds, and from whom the entire world evolves, resolves, and dissolves. Rushiruvacha Nityaiva sa jaganmurtistaya sarvamidam tatam तथापि तत्समुत्पत्तिर्बहुधा श्रूयतां मम देवानां कार्यसिद्ध्यर्थम् आविर्भवति सा यदा उत्पन्नेति तदा लोके सा नित्याप्यभिधीयते योगनिद्रां यदा विष्णुर्जगत्येकार्णवीकृते आस्तीर्यशेषमभजत कल्पान्ते भगवान् प्रभुः तदाद्वावसुरौ घोरौ विख्यातौ मधुकैटभौ विष्णुकर्णमलोद्भूतौ हन्तुं ब्रह्माणमुज्यतौ सनाभिकमले विष्णो स्थितो ब्रह्मा प्रजापतिः दृष्ट्वा तावसुरौ चोग्रौ प्रसुप्तं च जनार्दनम् तुष्टावयोगनिद्रान्तामेकाग्रहृदयस्थितः विबोधनार्धाय हरिनेत्रकृतालयाम् विश्वेश्वरीं जगद्धात्रीं स्थितिसंहारकारिणीं निद्रां भगवतीं विष्णोः अतुलां तेजसः प्रभुः. This next extolation by Brahma, looking at this Mahamaya, the Mahakali, is one of the most extollations, beautiful description by Brahma himself on how he has visualized this Mahamaya. There are 4 major extollations of the Devi's love in this Devi Mahatmya. Each of them are so powerful that simply chanting them enlightens our mind and our intellect and awakens the very subtle forces that are present within us. Why are these subtle forces to be awakened? Because when they are awakened, we create this beautiful awareness, the divine enlightenment, and that's how the avatar comes into existence. And we are currently studying this 10th Anuvaka of Sri Rudram. It's The 12 rooks that are in the 10th Anuvakam of Sri Rudram is the extolation of the divinity, how it comes in supreme love that takes care of everything that obstructs the oneness of this love. This Maha Kali, Maha Lakshmi, Maha Saraswati, also simply put as two letters, Siva. And this Siva comes into existence. So this Brahma is now saying, "Oh mother, you are Swaha, you are Swadha, you are the Vashatkara, the Yajna. You are the Swaha means that you offer into the Yajna for the sake of invoking the deities. And you are Swadha means you are offering in the Yajna for invoking your eternal parents and the lineage. Swadha. Swaha is offering to the deities and Swadha is offering to the Pitru Devatas. And you are the yajna itself, the Vashatkara. And you are the Swara by which we conduct the yajna. And after the yajna is conducted, this divine nectar flows from Sahasrara. You are verily that nectar. You are imperishable. You are the embodiment of the threefold mantra. And what is this threefold mantra? Akara, Vukara, Makara iti. That means you are the Omkara. And you are that half matra, the bindu that is in Omkara. You are the silence, the Turiya, and everything you are verily, which cannot be uttered specifically because you are in this Turiya. No sound even exists in that. You are the Savitri. You are the Vedamata. Because of you, this universe is born. Because of you, this universe is sustained, protected. And you are the one that consumes it, all of it at the end. You are the form of the whole world at the time of creation. You are actually the creative force at the time of sustentation, and you are the protective power at the time of dissolution of the world. You are the form of the destructive power. You are the supreme knowledge, the great nescience and the great intellect and contemplation. You are the great delusion. You are also the great Asuri. You are the primordial cause of everything. You are, because of you, the three gunas are born. You are the dark night of dissolution, the Mahakali. You are the great night of final delusion, the Maharatri. And you are the terrible night of delusion, the Maha Pralayaratri. Not just that, you are the goddess of fortune. You are the Sri Maharagni. And you are the one seated in the throne, Srimat Simhasaneshwari. You are modesty. You are intelligence. You are bashful. You are nourishing. You are content. You are tranquil. You are forbearance. You are yet armed with a sword, a spear, a club, a discus, a conch, a bow, arrows, slings, iron mace. You are at that time very terrible, mother, but at the same time, you are very pleasing. You are so pleasing that all the pleasing things cannot even be as beautiful as your pleasantness. You are the beauty of the beauty. You are the Saundarya Lahari. You are the supreme Ishwari, Parameshwari. There is no metric for you. There is no high and low. You are Aprameya. You are Achintya, incomprehensible. And whatever and wherever a thing exists, conscient, which is what is perceived as real, and non-conscient, which is actually unreal, whatever power all that possesses is yourself. You are not an object of comprehension, Divine Mother. Because of you, any object of comprehension is shining forth because of your illuminance. You are the soul of everything. How can I extol you more than this? By you, the whole world is put to sleep. Who is here capable of extolling you? Who can describe you? Who is capable of praising you? In fact, you have made me, Shiva, and Vishnu. You have made us take your form. So, Devi, so praising Brahma says, "Oh, mother, please, please awaken this Mahavishnu from your Mahamaya, rouse him up, awaken his nature so that he slays these two asuras." This beautiful stotram by Brahma is what we are going to chant with deep contemplation, because you heard the meaning now. And the words that we are going to chant from Veda Vyasa, they are filled with this incredible Bijaksharas. The English language has absolutely only a pointer towards understanding. It doesn't, the meaning that I'm giving is the literal meaning, does not do justice to anything related to the beautiful inside power of this Brahma Stuti of this Mahamaya. Brahmavacha Tvam Swaha Tvam Swadha Tvam hi Vashatkaras Swaraatmika Sudha Tvamakshare Niche Tridha Matratmika Sthita Ardha Matra Sthita Nicha Anucharya Visheshatah Tvameva Sandhya Savitri Tvam Devi Janani Para Tvayaittadharyate Vishwam Tvayaitat सृज्यते जगत त्वयेत्तत्पाल्यते देवी तमत्स्यन्ते च सर्वदा विसृष्टौ सृष्टिरूपा त्वं स्थितिरूपा च पालने तथा संहृतिरूपान्ते जगतोऽस्य जगन्मये महाविद्या महामाया महामेधा महास्मृतिः महामोहा च भवति महादेवी महेश्वरी प्रकृतिस्त्वं च सर्वस्य गुणत्रयविभाविनी कालरात्रिर्महारात्रिर्मोहरात्रिश्च दारुणा त्वं स्त्रीमीश्वरी त्वं ह्रीस्त्वं बुद्धिर्बोधलक्षणा लज्जापुटिस्तथा तुष्टिस्त्वं शान्ति क्षान्तिरेव च खड्गिनी शूलिनी घोरा गदिनी चक्रिणी तथा शङ्खिनी चापिनी बाण भुषुण्डी परिघायुधा सौम्य सौम्यतरा शेष सौम्येभ्य स्तवति सुन्दरी परापराणां परमा त्वमेव परमेश्वरी यच्च किञ्चित् त्वचिद्वस्तु सदसद्वाखिलात्मिके तस्य सर्वस्य या शक्तिः सा त्वं किं स्तूयसे मया यया त्वया जगत्स्रष्टा जगतत्पात्यत्तियो जगत् सोऽपि निद्रावशन्नीतः कस्त्वां स्तोतुमिहीश्वरः विष्णुः शरीरग्रहणम् अहमीशान एव च कारितास्ते यतो तस्त्वां कस्तोतुं शक्तिमान् भवेत् सा त्वमिद्धं प्रभावैके स्वैरुदारैर्देवि संस्तुता मोहयैतौ दुराधर्षा वसुरौ मधुकैटभौ प्रबोधञ्च जगत्स्वामी नीयतामच्युतो लघु बोधश्च क्रियतामस्या हन्तुमेतौ महासुरौ ऋषिरुवाचा. Then the Rishi said, there the Devi of delusion, extolled by the Brahma, the creator, in order to waken the Vishnu for the destruction of this Madhu and Kaitabha, drew herself out from the eyes, from the mouth, from the nostrils, from the arms, from the heart and the breast, and appeared in the sight of Brahma and gave him this beautiful darshan. Now, when she quit his body like this Mahashakti, then Janardana, quitted by her, rose up from his from this universal ocean, and then saw the two asuras, Madhu and Kaitaba, who were going towards Brahma with exceeding heroism and power, and they were about to go and attack Brahma. Thereupon, the Maha Bhagavan Vishnu got up and fought with these asuras for 5,000 years using his own weapons. And they, frenzied with their exceeding power and deluded by Mahamaya, exclaimed to Vishnu, this is the beauty of this. These demons were then deluded by the Mahamaya, and these demons are asking Mahavishnu, please ask a boon from us. ऋषिरुवाच एवं स्तुता तदा देवी तामसी तत्र वेधसा विष्णोः प्रबोधनार्थाय निहन्तुं मधुकैटभौ नेत्रास्य नासिका बाहुर्हृदयेभ्यस्तधोरसः निर्गम्य दर्शने तस्थौ ब्रह्मणो व्यक्तजन्मनः उत्तस्थौ च जगन्नाथस्तया मुक्तो जनार्दनः एकार्णवे हि शयनात् तत्तः सदृशे तच्छतौ मधुकैटभौ दुरात्माना वति वीर्य पराक्रमौ क्रोधरक्षे क्रोधरक्ते क्षणावत्तुं ब्रह्माणञ्जनितोद्यमौ समुद्धाय ततस्ताभ्यां युयुधे भगवान् हरिः पञ्चवर्षसहस्राणि बाहुप्रहरणो विभुः तावप्यतिबलोन्मत्तौ महामाया विमोहितौ उक्तवन्तौ वरोस्मत्तो व्रियतामिति केशवम्. Then Bhagavan says, Mahavishnu, if you are satisfied with me, if you are satisfied with me, you must be now slain by me now. What is the need of another boon other than killing both of you? This is very much my choice. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhaveta Majjame Tushtau Mama Vyadha Vubhavapi Kimanyena Varenatra Etavadhivratam Maya. Then the Rishi said, these two asuras who were now bewitched by the Mahamaya, gazing then at the entire world, which at the time of deluge was filled with this water, but actually not like the water we perceive as water. This is a different context, and I wouldn't be able to go into all the rahasyas associated with the yoga aspect of this. Told Bhagavan, he said, oh Mahavishnu, the lotus-eyed one, slay us, kill us at a spot where the earth is not flooded with water. ऋषिरुवाच वञ्चिताभ्यामिति तदा सर्वमापोमयं जगत् विलोक्यताभ्यां गदितो भगवान् कमले क्षणः आवाञ्जहिन यत्रोर्वी सलिलेन परिप्लुता. Then the Rishi continues to explain what happened next. Having said, be it so, Bhagavan then, with his conch, disc and mace, took them on his loins, on his uru, where there is no water, and there he severed their heads with his discus. Thus, the Mahamaya herself appeared when praised by Brahma. Now, listen to the glory of this Devi, I tell you. ऋषिरुवाच तथेत्युक्त्वा भगवता शङ्खचक्रगदाभृता कृत्वा चक्रेण वैच्छिन्ने जघने शिरसि तयोः एवमेषा समुत्पन्ना ब्रह्मणा संस्तुता स्वयं प्रभावमस्या देव्यास्तु भूय शृणु वदामि ते. स्वस्ति श्री मार्कंडेय पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी माहात्म्ये मधुकैटभवधो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः. Now here comes the inner contemplation of this beautiful aspect about this first chapter. And this is something you can contemplate and opine in your own selves. What is this story about? What is this Mahamaya that we are talking about? how she causes moha, the attachment, and also the moksha, the liberation. Why is that knowingly we fall into this deluge and suffer from all of this moha, knowing that it is something that we should not be falling into? And then who are this Madhu and Kaitava? And who is this Brahma? Why is this Brahma awake and this Mahamaya? And what are these Madhu and Kaitavas doing within us? Everything that we have chanted in this first chapter, this entire Madhu Kaitava annihilation, is completely a story that is going on and on eternally within us. And hence, you have to do the Parayana because the story is constantly happening. Jnaninamapi chetamsi Devi Bhagavati Hisa Balad Akrushya Mokhaya Mahamaya Prayachati. While this Mahamaya is very important for our survival in this world, because the creation has to be taken care because of this Mahamaya, because this Mahamaya makes us do our duty, because this Mahamaya makes us do our duty without falling into the sorrow of this attachment. And because of this attachment within us over a period of time, because of the mala, the impurities associated within us, those impurities come out as tamoguna and rajoguna. And also born from within us is the sattva guna. So this Madhu, Kaitava, and Brahma represent the tamas, the rajas, and the sattva guna within us. The slumber, the passionate, and the equipoised. Constantly, these two gunas are attacking the sattva guna. They want to take over the slumber aspect and this rajoguna aspect. This rajoguna aspect, this madhu, this tamas is this madhu means the sweetness, the honey. When there is that sweetness there, the sugar lotion, what comes? All different kind of fly scrum. So this madhu is that attachment, the slumber. And this Kaitabha is the one that is constantly drawn towards this sweetness of attachment of the world, for the world, and for I and mine. And when they attack the sattva, the equipoised mind, which is very close to this divine consciousness, it is only through sattva guna you will be able to awaken this Mahamaya from within yourself. And when she comes out, you will become awake and aware. Like Vivekananda says, arise, awake, uttishtata jagrata, prapravaran nibodhata. The essence of beautiful saying of arise, awake, uttishtata, jagrata, prapravaran nibodhata. उत्तिष्ठोत्तिष्ठ पर्तीश उत्तिष्ठ जगतीपते उत्तिष्ठ करुणापूर्णा लोकमंगल सिद्धये. This is the context of Suprabhatam, asking this divine one within us to arise, awake. Uttishtottishta Partisha. Who is this Partisha? In our body. Partisha. Parti is our body. Isha is the Lord of this Parti, the body. Uttishtottishta. And Uttishta Jagatipate. Arise, awake. Arise, awake. And take care of all these demons that are obstructing me to do your work, Bhagavan. They are all obstructing me to do your work. Tishta Karuna Purna. Lokamangala Siddhaye. This is the awakening aspect of this beautiful Pradhamodhyaya, which is about this Mahamaya, which is the Maha Kali aspect of it. And tomorrow we will be studying the next Madhyama Adhyaya, the middle chapter associated with Mahishasuravadha. Now, today we will conclude with a stotram for Ardhanarishwara. But before we do that, today the mother is Bala. Bala, she is the little child. आई आनंदवल्ली अमृतकरतली आदिशक्ति पराजी माया माया स्वरूपी स्फटिकमणिमयी मामतंगी षडंगी ज्ञानी ज्ञान स्वरूपी नलिन परिमली नाद ओंकार योगी योगी योगासनस्था भुवनवचकरी सौंदरी ऐं नमस्ते बाला मंत्रे कटाक्षी मम हृदय सखी मुक्त भाव प्रचंडी व्याली यज्ञोपवीति विकटकटितटी वीरशक्ति प्रसादे बाले बालेन्दु मौले मदगज भुजहस्ताभिषेक्त्री स्वतंत्री काली त्वां कालरूपी खगगलन हृदि कारिणी क्लीं नमस्ते मूलाधारे महीम्नि हुतवघनयनि मूलमंत्री त्रिनेत्री हारा केयूरवल्ली अखिल सुखकरी अंबिकाया शिवाया वेदे वेदांत रूपे वितत घनतटी वीरतंत्री भवानी शौरी संसार योनि सकल गुणमयी तेद्य श्रीं सौः नमस्ते ऐं क्लीं सौः सर्वमन्त्रे मम वर शुभदा अंगना चेष्टिताजा श्रीं ह्रीं क्लीं बीजमुख्यै दिनकर किरणै ज्योतिरूपे शिवाख्ये ह्रां ह्रीं ह्रूं हेमवर्णा हिमकर किरणा भासमानेन्दु चूडे क्षां क्षीं क्षूं क्षौमवासे सकल जयकरी शक्ति बाले नमस्ते शक्ति बाले नमस्ते शक्ति बाले नमस्ते ओम शांति 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 स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेण मार्गेण महिं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. Let's conclude with Ardhanarishwari Stotram and followed, actually, sorry, Sairama, it's only 8:50. Let's go directly to Sai Seva Sadan and we will do the conclude with Mahishasuramardini Arati and Arati to Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Before that, who is taking over, Sairama? Can you please? I'll stop sharing my screen and I will spotlight on Ratish. Oh, there he is. Okay. Let's do Brahmarpanam and Om ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महवेर् ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्म कर्म समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We're going to conclude with Siddha Kunjika Stotram, and after that they'll do the Arati to Mahishasuramardini. Thank you, Uma. Seva Uvacha Srunudevi Pravakshami Kunjika Stotramuttamam Yena Mantra Prabhavena Chandi Japa Shubho Bhavet Sakavacham Nargala Stotram Kila Kannarahasjakam Nasuktam Napi Dhyanancha Nyaso Nachavarchanam कुंजिका पाठ मात्रेण दुर्गा पाठ फलं लभेत अतिगुह्यतरं देवी देवानपि दुर्लभं गोपनीयं प्रयत्सेन स्वयोनिरिव पार्वती मारणं मोहनं वश्यं स्तंभो नाच्चाटनादिकं पाठमात्रेण संसिध्येत कुंजिका स्तोत्रमुत्तमम् ओम अध मंत्रः ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चै ओम ग्लौं हुं क्लीं जूं सहज्ज्वालय ज्वालय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विच्चे ज्वलहं सं लं क्षं फट् स्वाहा इति मन्त्रः। नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्यै नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनी नमः कैटभहारिण्यै नमस्ते महिषार्दिनी नमस्ते शुम्भहन्त्र्यै च निशुम्भासुरघातिनी जाग्रतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धं कुरुष्व मे ऐङ्कारी सृष्टिरूपायै ह्रीङ्कारी प्रतिपालिका क्लीङ्कारी कामरूपिण्यै बीजरूपे नमोऽस्तुते चामुण्डा चण्डघाति च ऐकारी वरदायिनी विच्चेन चाभयदा नित्यं नमस्ते मन्त्ररूपिणी धां धीं धूं धूर्जटेः पत्नी वां वीं वूं वागधीश्वरी क्रां क्रीं क्रूं कालिका देवी शां शीं शूं मे शुभं कुरुः हां हुं हं हं हुं हुं हुंकार रूपिण्यै जं 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 जंभनादिनी भ्रां भ्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवान्यै ते नमो नमः अङ्कञ्चण्टन्तं पं यं शं वीं रुं दुं ऐं वीं हुं क्षं धिजाग्रं त्रोटय त्रोटय दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पां पीं पौं पार्वती पूर्णा खां खीं खूं खेचरी तथा पां पीं पूं सां सीं सूं सप्तशती देव्या मन्त्रसिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे इदं तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मन्त्रजागर्ति हेतवे अभक्ते नैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी हीनां सप्तशतीं पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा इति श्री रुद्रयामले गौरीतन्त्रे शिवपार्वती संवादे कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम्. Let's start with the Arati of Mahadevi. Om Sri Sai Ram.
नंदिनी नंदित मेदिनी विश्व विनोदिनी नंदिनुते गिरिवर विंध्य शिरोदिनी वासिनी विष्णु विलासिनी जिष्णुनुते भगवती लेशिति कंठ कुटुंबिनी भूरि कुटुंबिनी भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरदर्शिनि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि अक्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि किल्बिषमोषिणि घोषरते तनुजनि रोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
ऐ जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वन प्रियवासिनि हासरते शिखिरि शिरोमणि तुंग हिमालय शृंग निजालय मध्यगते मधु मधुरे मधु कैटभगञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि रासरते
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते शतखण्ड विखण्डित रुण्ड वितुण्डित शुण्ड गजाधिपते रिपुगज गण्ड विदारण चण्ड पराक्रम शुण्ड मृगाधिपते निज भुज दण्ड निपातित खण्ड विपातित मुण्ड भटाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते दुत्तर निर्जर शक्ति प्रदे चतुर विचार तुरीण महाशिवदूत कृत प्रमदाधिपते दुरित दुरीह दुराशय दुर्मति दानवदूत कृतान्तमते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
ऐ शरणागत वैरि वधूवर वीर वराभय राजकरे त्रिभुवन मस्तक शूल विरोधि शिरोधि कृतामल शूल करे दुमि दुमि तामर दुन्दुभिनाद महो मुखरीकृत तिपकरे
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि निजभूङ्कृति मात्र निराकृत धूम्र विलोचन धूम्रसते समर विशोषित शोणित बीज समुद्भव शोणित बीजलते शिव शिव शुम्भ निशुम्भ महाभवतर्पित भूत पिशाचरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
धनुरनु संग रणक्षण संग परिस्फुरदंग नट कटके कनक विशुंग पृषत्क निशंग रसद्भट शृंग हतावटुके कृत चतुरंग भलक्षितिरंग खटक बहुरंग रटक बटुके
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शिव जना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पनतीका आश्रित कल्पनतीका आपदाना ओम जय जगदीश हरे पिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तरु नीवे स्वामी मरियन्तरु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नव्येन्द्रशयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे शिव साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगलारति मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण 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 ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण 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 ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण 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 सद्गुरुदेवा। शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई।